Hello everyone. How is everybody doing today? Happy Friday. I cannot believe the week has flown by so quickly. As usual, I'm just getting everything pulled up on my end here so I can follow along with any comments. If you guys happen to be here, hi Ramona, how are you? I apologize, I forgot to make the post last night to tell you guys. I told you on the live I'd be here at 1:30 and I forgot to make the official post to let everybody else know who was not on the live with us. So I am here and I think I am a little more zoomed in today. I had the camera switched while I was doing a tutorial, so I apologize. You're going to be a little bit closer to my work surface today. Hopefully that will work. If it's too close, just let me know and I can try to change things up for you. But hopefully it'll work out okay. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. It is rainy here in Manitoba. What is the weather like where you are? Hi Darcy, how are you? Are you off work today? All right, so my name is Alana Worf, Sleepless Stamper. I am in Manitoba in Canada and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm going to be demoing this card here for you guys today. Hi Shauna, how are you? And Cheryl? I will take it out of the package. This one was actually one that I did as a swap and a Card Cafe card. So that is why it's packaged up. It's cloudy there. It's cloudy and rainy here too. And I was trying to find your comment the other day, Shauna. Every time I clicked the notification, it took me somewhere else. But I was trying to get back to answer you to let you know that yes, my lives will remain on the page afterwards. So you know what? It looks like I can bump this down just a little bit and give you guys a little bit more view here. But yes, they are there. Hi, Kim. So you can always catch the replay on them. All right, so I will demo this card here. If you caught the description of the video, it says day 8, so something old, something new, day 8, featuring timeless arrangements. The other day on live, I told you guys that the dies were the element that had already sold out from the timeless arrangements bundle. It's actually the stamp set. So I decided I would use this anyway and show you guys this one. It also features some of the sending dies. So I'm gonna grab those and show you guys both of them. Sorry, I'm kicking the chair on my way by. All right. So we have the sending dies and I thought I had my other ones right here. My apologies. They are actually not. Okay, so I'll show you the sending dies first, and then I will show you all the materials that I have. So these are the sending dies. I won't be letting these ones go. They are discounted. Oh, and you know what? The ones that I use all the time are not even in there. Here I thought I was all prepared with all of my things here. I'm on my own today. I usually have some tech helpers here, but you guys know, if you've been watching, that our son writes his last exam today and then he is done. You're working just on lunch. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it worked out for you. So Ethan is writing his last university exam of the year and we go away on Monday. So he's a little stressed. So if you have some good vibes to send for him while he writes this grueling exam, he has 4.5 hours. That's crazy to me. I was just messaging with Ramona and saying, that's my nightmare. I would rather be creating than writing an exam. That's not really very nice to say, but send him some good vibes. So these are the sending dies. I'm going to go grab that little flower, but this little flower is one that I use a lot. This little one here. We do have a new set of dies that has a nice strip of flowers. I've used it here. And to decorate this here, these are some watercolored, I just watercolored some paper and then I die cut the flowers. This is this beautiful die right here. And I'll grab the stamp set actually so you guys can see that too. There is a coordinating stamp, though I think the stamp set might be sold out for this one. I will check because I've marked my catalog. I had updated it yesterday. This is the old catalog. I can bring it in view here. I have to keep reminding myself I can't bring the old one. So Sending Smiles, page 26 in your outgoing catalog. So yes, the stamp set has sold out, but you could use any stamp sets with little greetings here. So I love how they've got the sending die cut and then little coordinating words to go with it. And then you get this little die cut here and this one. I'll bring that closer so you can see those two labels. I'm gonna run and grab the tray with the dies in it so I can show you. This die, and the little flowers always stay in my magnetic tray, which is why they're not handy. But you can switch out other greetings from other sets. Like you could put sending birthday wishes, which there actually is one here, but I'm sure we have other stamp sets that have thin little greetings that you can coordinate. So here's the a note of thanks, birthday wishes. So don't be afraid to pull in something else. If you've got the sending, you don't even need the stamp set. If you get that beautiful sending die, I just love this one. How I did these was I attached the paper, the black cardstock, to double-sided adhesive sheets first, and then I die cut them and I stacked them. I don't know if you can tell, just putting my catalog down. I don't know if you can tell from your view there, but there is some depth and dimension here. That is because I have layered together multiple layers of black cardstock so that I could get a dimensional look without causing this very fine die to be flimsy. So that was what I did on both of these. I can't remember what dies these are that I cut the little flowers or the leaves from. I think they were from a retiring set last year where I also watercolored some paper first and then die cut the leaves. So don't miss out on those sending dies. They are super pretty. And then this is also scalloped contours, also on the retiring list. So lots of pretty things on these cards. And then I'm just gonna run and grab those dies and I'll be right back to show you this one here. 1 second, my apologies. Okay, sorry about that. So this is my magnetic tray. I usually have this right where I'm working, and like I've told you guys, I've been working in a couple of different locations while we rearrange rooms here, and so this was elsewhere. I have been busy with these dies from Stippled Roses. You guys will see those in an upcoming project that I can't share just yet. And this is the one from Timeless Arrangements, so we've got that. But these three here are from that Sending Dies collection that I was just showing you guys. These ones here. So these are my 3 trusty dies that remain in here at all times. So I will be scouring the new catalog to find myself something that I can use in place of these. They're just a really versatile set of dies. Again, including this one and the matte. You get a matted layer with it too. So even if you can't get those stamps to go with them, I think they're a great set of dies still. So I wanted to show you those. They are discounted by 40% down to $27. And as of about an hour ago, they were still on the retiring list, which means they have not fully discontinued. They're not sold out, and they were not in low inventory about an hour ago. So I'm not sure if it's changed in the last hour, but that is the Sending dies. I will now put these aside, and I apologize you can't get the stamp set still, but again, there's still plenty of use out of the Sending dies. And if you don't have one of these little trays, it's super useful. These magnets are very strong. I picked this up at here. It's called Princess Auto. It's just an auto parts store. So it's just a parts tray. So if you have a auto parts or parts store nearby, those are super useful. All right, and if you have an Archon mount, you probably heard that just clunk right down there. It sticks really well to that. Okay, now this is one of the ones from Timeless Arrangements. Timeless Arrangements dies, in case you're just hopping in, are still available. I'm going to grab the catalog page and show you Timeless Arrangements. that is on page 67. I feel like these dies are another one that you don't want to miss out on. I will try to locate them. They are for some reason not right here, but we will find them. So this one here has all of these little detailed dies. I'm going to grab them out of my bag and show you. I have all my parts prepped here. So you get all of these beautiful little die cuts that you can layer behind the greetings. So this one here is that die I showed you. That's this one, and they layer really nicely over top. So you can create layers behind your greeting. So very little work for a beautiful effect, or I think it's a beautiful effect. So you get 3 different sized die cut labels and then a variety of different foliage that you can layer behind it, and then extra little sprigs. So you get extra, there's a coordinating extra little sprig for each different type of greenery. So we have all of those. You have 3 circle magnet trays. Canadian Tire. Good to know. Thank you, Linda. Kim, do you guys have a store like that over where you are that you can get something like that from? So again, I apologize. You can't get the Timeless Arrangement stamp set anymore, but the dies are still available, and they are 20% off down to $38.40. I'm also using the, just got to find the embossing folders page. I can never keep track whether the embossing folders follow the dies or come before the dies. Hi, Sandy. So we are using today the, I've got to find it on this page, Countryside Blossoms embossing folder. I also don't think that has sold out. It is 40% off down to $7.05. I have that to show you guys as well. So what I did with this, because I prepped these, I needed multiples of them. I taped my, sorry, I just have to find the inverted side. This is the inverted side. Okay, so I wanted the pattern raised. You can always go with the debossed side, but I wanted the embossed side. So because I had lots of these to do when I was prepping the kit for this, for both a swap that I did as well as a card cafe, I just put a piece of the Post-it note tape on my embossing folder to indicate where I wanted that to go. And then I bumped it over to the right side. I wanted this panel, this little section right here, if you can see that. I don't know what the easiest way to show you is. I'm going to throw a piece of solid white behind there. If you can see this texture here, that's the part that I wanted to be able to see in the middle. I didn't want it bumped too far down or too far up. So I just marked the top and bottom where I wanted my 4-inch piece of paper to go. So hopefully if you are ever creating things in bulk, this will help you to get things lined up the same every time, especially if you have helpers. So I think my husband rolled these through for me. So that way he doesn't have to ask me every time, where does this go? So I just put little markings on them, and then it helps things to be consistent throughout your creating. So there's a little tip for you. So that is the Countryside, sorry, it's not labeled. Sometimes I label them. Countryside Blossoms folder. And then, thankfully, this paper is carrying over. So you don't have to be in a rush to get this paper. This paper is the Countryside in DSP. And you get all of these beautiful navy patterns. I've got to show you what's on the back of this one. These beautiful stripes. I've used this paper quite a bit too. And look, you can see I've die cut labels and everything out of here. I usually just store my leftovers back in the package. But if you want the elements like that Countryside Blossoms folder to coordinate with this paper, look at this one. Now's your chance to get the folder before the folder sells out or before it goes discontinued. So you can have the coordinating stamp or coordinating embossing folder and DSP. Now I will move these aside and show you guys what I have to create my card with today. Enough talking about products, right? Let's just get creating. Dollarama has magnetic trays. Wow, really? Are they strong? Have you tried them? Let me know what the verdict is on that one. Here's Timeless Arrangements. I don't even think to look there. I often forget about Dollarama, which is silly. I'm just trying to find my Timeless Arrangements dies so I can show you guys up close. And they are not handy. That means they have been used and not put back where they belong. So bear with me here, everybody. I'm so sorry that I am not in view there with you. Well, it's a mystery. At least my pieces are cut, but I really wanted to be able to show you all of the dies. Anyhow, this is the stamp set. I'm going to use this little thank you. I showed you guys this the other day. Again, because this is unavailable, you could use any basic greeting in there. It doesn't even have to be thank you. You can just use whatever it is that you prefer. I'm just going to switch this on here. There's not a lot of stamping. There's only one. So this, I like to put the greeting face down and then pick it up with my block. So we need that stamp. We have a 5.5 by 8.5 card base scored at 4 1/4. That's with a tent fold. If you don't like tent fold, you can cut your paper the other orientation and go with book fold. I have a 4 by 5 1/4 basic white layer. This one you don't actually see, but because these layers, I didn't want to emboss this the whole way. If you look at this folder, in order to have this embossed that way, this folder is not wide enough to be able to emboss the whole layer. So, and sometimes if I'm layering DSP over top, I don't like the bulk underneath there of an embossed layer. So I purposely just embossed this portion here, and I've used this 4 by 5 1/4 layer to anchor everything onto. So I will actually just hide it and I will adhere all of these layers over top of it. So that is the purpose of the extra 4 by 5 1/4 layer. Then I have this embossed layer here. I just have to grab my ruler. This one is 4 by 4 is what it should be. Yeah, 4 by 4. My DSP is 1 7/8 by 4. I apologize for the wonky measurements. I know not everybody loves those. This piece here is actually from the Zany Zoo dies. I was telling you guys the other day when I was looking for my tray that I often have that scalloped edge left in my tray so that I can use it on a variety of projects. That's what this one is cut from. And I purposely cut it long so that I could trim it down symmetrically on either end of the DSP. Then I have Boho Blue, this beautiful little die from Timeless Arrangements. What a shame that they are not handy. But that one there, and the coordinating little sprig, which is this one here. Then I cut 3 of the little flowers, which I showed you guys that little one from the sending dies. It cuts 2, so I just had to roll that through twice. But thankfully it cuts 2 at a time for you. So I've got 2 of these little, or 3, sorry, little Night of Navy flowers. I have some linen thread to tie a bow. Because I had prepped kits, this is just a strand. I usually tell you guys I like to tie straight off the roll, but I had prepped kits, so that one is just separate. I have 3 rhinestones, and then I have this little greeting die cut or label that is from this one here that's from the Timeless Arrangements dies. Baffling to me as to where that set of dies has gone. So all I need to do is stamp this little thank you in Night of Navy. So it's a pretty quick to come together card. I apologize there's not a ton of stamping today, but hopefully in showing you how I do the embossing when I'm working in bulk, you're learning a little bit more today than just stamping a greeting. There we go. Hopefully there's tips along the way for you anyhow, and even in the how I layer things so that they're not too bulky underneath. So we have that stamped. Now I can work on assembly. I'll bring this closer. You can see here I've distressed the edge just a little bit of this basic white embossed or textured layer. I'll have to post a photo of the timeless arrangements in the comments. Let me know, are you guys people who like to get some of that retiring product before it's gone, or do you prefer to let it go and just get what's coming out that's new? I'm a bit of both. All right, so that fits. This is just a quick dry fit, make sure everything lines up. Now I can go ahead and glue that down. Now, I keep forgetting my language here. I can't speak today. I keep forgetting to grab a new Tombow. So 1 second. I only have about 10 of them right nearby. We'll see if this one wants to work for me. If not, I'll use some tear and tape. Do you guys like to use different adhesives for different, both for you guys too? Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm not yet somebody who can just let all my retired products go. I know some people can. I do pick some, but it's so hard, especially once I create with them, then I love them even more. I know some people are like, I've designed with it, I've had my time, I'm done, let's bring out the new. And I love that too. I get so attached. All right, so we'll just burnish that down. And do you guys like to use different adhesives for different types of applications? Like sometimes with texture, I don't like to use Tombow. I like to use tear and tape to make sure that all the edges are adhered down really well. Depending on the texture, if it's a really textured one where it almost makes your paper feel thinner, like it really breaks down the fibers, I will use tear and tape because I don't like corners or the edges lifting or puckering. Okay, so now I am going to put a little bit of Tombow behind this end here. Now, of course, this Tombow is kind of going crazy. It's coming out on its own. So this is just a super thin bead, like very thin. Now I will center this end to end with the scallops. I want the same amount on either side, and I'm actually doing this one slightly different than this one here. Okay, so I have about equal amounts on either end. Now I need to trim those off. If you are really good with lining up your border die and taping it in place before you die cut it so that they will be symmetrical, you can totally do that and save the paper. Just usually when we're prepping kits, it's easier to, especially if I have help, to just let them cut a little bit longer and then trim down. So there we go. Got that. Now I can glue this to this side here, and I know that my pieces were cut big enough so that this scallop will overlap the edge of the textured layer and you won't see that the flat white there. So now I can go ahead and glue this down. See, look at that, it's coming out all on its own. This time it's okay, we'll use it. It was just that really thin piece that I needed on the back of the DSP to put the border. It would have been too much. Okay, so after I'm finished today, guess what I get to go do? I'm saying that a little bit facetiously. I don't know how many people love this task, and I know that we should all just love our bodies, but I do not want to go do this, but I probably should. We need to find a bathing suit. I do not enjoy bathing suit shopping. I wish I did. I just don't. There we go. So now I trimmed off the extra little bit that was on the top. It's just a little bit, but if you trim as you go, you can keep your edges really clean. All right, so that is the front of the card. I'm going to move these over and burnish this fold. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. Sorry that you're in the same boat, Ramona, but I'm glad I'm not alone. All right, so now this one will be dimensional. So I can go ahead with that. If anyone is local, where do you suggest going? Okay, thank you, Darcy. I'm glad we're all in good company here. I'm sorry you hate it, but we're all in the same club. If any of you are interested in joining, speaking of clubs, joining my stamp club, we are getting ready for our May club where we'll be using new product. So if you are interested in joining, hi Diane, you can join from anywhere across Canada. It is a $40 order, and then we get together on Zoom and we make some cards, and then I make a card for my Stamp Club members that features the same stamp set that we're using that month. So we're just deciding on what our May stamp set will be. And then I will get those samples made before we go away so that I can be ready to order on May 1st from Mexico. All right, so that's dimensionaled. Now I'm actually going to take this and this here, and I'm going to put some mini dimensionals behind the top of the thank you, and I'm going to adhere it to this little part of the greeting. So again, that's from Timeless Arrangements dies. For shame that I don't have them handy to show you. That's kind of embarrassing. I'll probably find them right after I get off the live, right? Here, I thought they were right beside me, and they're not. or maybe they are. So I'm actually going to put this right along here, not the back of my greeting. So I'll put these straight on here. I love these dies. I definitely thought they'd stay around. I was very surprised when I saw these on the retiring list. I'll keep you posted, Ramona. We're voting between, and let me know in the comments what you guys think we should use. Or if you were in club, what would you vote on? We are voting between In the Grove, which is very similar to Grassy Grove. Different for sure, but some similarities. So now I'm going to dimensional this onto here, or attach that to those dimensions. And then I'll just tuck this one after. So now I want to put some dimensionals along the bottom. So In the Grove is one. Spotlight on Nature. We have Meandering Meadows, which is not new, but we haven't used that one. So just to keep some online exclusive options in there. And we also have the Country Woods Suite, the Unbounded Beauty Suite, and oh gosh, what's the other? All right, so I will try to think of what the other one is. If you're in Stamp Club and you have it handy, hi Sandy. Please don't hesitate. I don't mind you commenting to let us know. So this here now, I can put, look at that just bubbling out of there. It probably has a clog in it and I need to work that out afterwards. So I'm gonna have to do that later. I'll try to remember to do it before I go live tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 1:30 as well, everybody. So I've got some glue on the top. I should have peeled the backings off first. I was too busy thinking of what's in our poll for Stamp Club. Okay, so a little bit of glue on the back of the die cut, dimensionals here. Now I'm going to place this right there. I love how simple this one is and how great this one is for being able to get help, because my family members could help emboss this, die cut this, and die cut these. And it was a very great card for being able to delegate tasks. Sometimes you need those when you've got a lot to make where you don't want all of the steps to fall on you. Does anyone else enlist help? Okay, so there's a little glue dot on there. And now I can just tuck this one right in here. Okay. The Country Wood Suite is beautiful. Hi, Michelle. I haven't made anything with it yet. I've used the paper, but I haven't made anything else with it. And then I cut up the paper yesterday for the two people who won the contest. That is not symmetrical. The two people who won the contest, guessing how many stamp sets I lost this year to the retirement list. Tell me if any of you guys, well, I know for sure some of you guys would have found it a lot higher than what you guessed, because I had some guesses in the 20s. And like, I'm glad that you guys were hopeful for me that it would be less. Okay, now actually this one needs to be, my tails, the bows need to be a little bit bigger. Okay, now I can glue dot this just right underneath here. So I'm just gonna put a little glue dot on there. If you didn't catch the answer yesterday, I lost 73 out of my 89 current stamp sets. That was the biggest number ever. It was a lot. Okay, so that is just tucked in there. And just give that a press to hold that down. And all we have left to do now is embellish. So I'll just stick these little flowers down to some glue dots. I love glue dots, you guys. If I can use glue dots and save using Tombow, I mean, I love Tombow for other things, but if I can use glue dots, that is what I will do. So we just place one here. Oh, I put one upside down. Okay, that one's gonna get flipped over. I'm gonna put another glue dot on, and the rhinestone will hide the other one, so I'm not worried about double glue dot. There we go. And the third one is just right over here. And now we'll put some, hi Elizabeth. It is a lot of stamps, Sandy. 73 of 89 was like, I was shocked that was how many. How about you guys? How many stamp sets did you lose to the retiring list? There we go. So those are the rhinestones attached. And that is my card for today. So you guys have seen the photo of this one probably about a year ago, but I had never done it on a live. And so with so many products on this one retiring, I thought it would be fun to come and show you guys the how-to so that you don't always just see the photo, but I actually get to do a live and share with you guys how to create that card and the little tips that I use along the way. So hopefully those tips helped you guys. Hopefully you learned something that can help make your crafting a little easier for you. And again, I don't know if I actually said this, if you would like to win one of these cards, if you'd like to, there's no pressure to, but if you'd like to share this video, please do. You can hit share and then come back and comment to let me know that you did. I will be doing the draw on Sunday night for all of this last week's lives so that I can choose the winners or determine the winners for all of the cards that I've made. It'll be a different winner per card, but so that I can, or a different draw. So somebody may win more than one. I know Ramona won a couple last week. So if you would like to share, come back and comment that you did. Stay tuned for the information on my Take to the Sky Suite class. This is a little flyer that is representing that class. These are the samples that I made for the event, the Share What You Love event, where I presented this suite. I have to determine which cards exactly we're going to make of these ones, but that is the Take to the Sky suite. I will be offering the Perennial Lavender class, or Perennial Lavender Suite card class, and I will have some shares information coming out for you guys as well. So DSP, embellishments, ribbon. If you like to get a little bit of everything, but you don't want to purchase it all at once, shares are a great option. How did I match up the embossing folder pattern between the two cards? Okay, so I was showing everybody at the beginning, Sandy. I'm so glad you asked because not everybody catches the beginning, right? So I will... How is it that things just go missing? Here it is, under my adhesives. I taped it. So especially when you're doing some mass production, it's a good idea to sort of make yourself a template. So this is just the Post-it note tape. I'll show you, or so I thought I would show you. Let me see. Oh, it's right here beside me. So I just tore off a piece of this Post-it note tape and then put the flat edge here so that we would know where it goes every time. I wanted this little piece here centered top to bottom. I didn't want it specifically centered side to side, but the paper came mostly to the side of the folder. So that is how I lined it up. I hope that answers your question. I hope I was interpreting that correctly. So paper shares, DSP shares, ribbon shares, embellishment shares, I will be releasing that information as well. And if I didn't already say so, In Color Club will be starting as well. So we're going to be determining the stamp set that will coordinate for May, but I will get that stuff ordered May 1st as well. So if you're in Canada and you would like to do In Color Club, you can find the link on my page. Hi, Melody. And you can register for that. Now, just quickly though, to let you know, Stampin' Up! Has announced a join promotion for May. If you're interested in joining Stampin' Up! As a demonstrator, you will get the regular fabulous deal on the starter kit, which is you get to pick $165 in product for the cost of $135 in Canada. And then in May, they're going to give you all of the new color ink pads. They're going to give you the the new In Color markers, the new In Color DSP, and a new In Color sampler pack of cardstock. So if you have already registered for In Color Club and that interests you as opposed to the club, please let me know. I'll be messaging you if you have registered for In Color Club, but you can still register for that if you wish, for club or the starter kit starting May 1st. So that is everything for today. I will be back tomorrow at 1:30 and probably the same time Sunday as well, but those will be my last 2 lives before we go away. And then I'm hoping to have something scheduled for you guys, but I'll keep you posted on what I'll be able to release for you while we are away. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.